Hello there. I don't know if the topic that I'm going to talk about is going to make any sense to you, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. So, we have currently incarnated into the earth realm or the third dimension. I think that's what most people are referring to this as. The third dimension, right? Earthly realm. And I don't know if you guys have heard this Hermetic axiom about as above, so below. So, what does that really mean, right? I'm sure it can be interpreted in so many different ways, but for me personally, as above, so below are basically describing the dualistic nature of life and how they're basically one and the same, reflecting the various extremities of the same thing. Does that make sense? I don't know what I'm saying. Um, so where am I going with this really? So we have incarnated into the earthly plane, and there is uh, another realm of existence. Some people refer to it as the fifth dimension or 5D. And everyone has a particular role that they play in the whole schematic of creation, right? Currently, what we're currently in, let's face it, we're in 3D. Earth plane, I think it's hell. And then you have heaven, and then you have people who are conduits. They're supposed to harness the energy from the heavenly realms and bring it down to the earthly realm to create a more holistic realm of existence. Does this make sense? I think people think that we're going to ascend, but I feel like it's about bringing the two pieces together to make it more whole again, because it's been separated. I could be wrong. It's open to interpretation, but that's my perception. And I feel like INFJs are conduits, man. And that's why we feel like we don't fit in here. That's why we feel misunderstood. That's why we feel alone. And there's a difference between feeling alone and lonely. When you're alone, I feel like, for me anyways, I feel peace. I feel peace. I feel love. I feel whole. It's when I go out into the external world and I have to interact with people where I start feeling a little bit more fragmented. I think because I'm really sensitive to other people's energy and I'm basically processing their stuff, if that even makes sense. So, if you're not aware, you're gonna mistake somebody's energy as your own, and it's not your energy. You're just a conduit, right? You're processing their energy so that you can realign with a higher source and bring that kind of balance, and you're the conduit. I don't know if that makes sense. That's why I think we struggle, because maybe we're not aware of our function or our purpose, and so we're trying to, like I say, like be more like the people on the earthly dimension. You know what I mean? But we're not. And we're a bridge between the heavenly planes of existence and this earthly realm, right? So we're not in heaven. We can't be like the people here. We're the bridge. So once you recognize that, I feel like maybe you can grasp some sort of understanding and sense and higher awareness. And you can make peace with yourself. It's like you're not trying to be anything but you, and you are the bridge between the heavenly realms and the earthly planes of existence. And I think that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring the two pieces together so it can be more holistic. However that turns out to be. You know what I mean? So it's not about trying to be someone else. It's not trying to get validation from someone else or love from someone else or peace from someone else. because that's parasitic behavior. I feel like that's what a lot of people on earth are doing. They're parasiting off of each other, right? And you gotta be and know that you already have everything within you. You know what I mean? And just make peace with that. That's the recurring message for me. Like lately, it's just as long as you know that you are doing the best that you can to release the things that you are not, so that you can recognize who you really are underneath all the layers and shades and degrees, then you can see clearly, and then you don't have to try or do anything because everything is perfect, as are you, and you don't need to seek anything outside of yourself because it's already inside of yourself. I think people on the third dimension or the earth plane, they don't see things as clearly because they haven't explored the various dimensions of life. And so, that's why they're three-dimensional. Um, then, of course, you have, it goes up four-dimensional, five-dimensional, but whatever, that's a different topic. But they're three-dimensional beings. They won't understand anything outside of that scope of consciousness or awareness, right? So that's why when you try to distribute information, it falls upon deaf ears, or you get attacked because people are afraid of stuff they don't understand, and that's why I kept saying like when you distribute information prematurely, it's probably going to be met with defense, and your information is going to be distorted because they can only see what they can see from their point of view. They can't even fathom something beyond that, right? So when you're trying to open their mind to something that they're not ready for, they're going to react with fear, right? And what's the opposite of fear? Opposite of fear is love. And that's where we come from. Just trying to bring the pieces together. I don't know if I made sense. Totally random video. I may post it, I may not post it, I may remove it, who knows. But that's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. We never lose anything. I feel like the people who gravitate towards you for a reason, a season, a lifetime. And it's all about investments, because our energy is currency, right? So when you invest in anything, whether it be a relationship or some type of habit or cycle or material thing, you're paying with your energy. So if you think up on in relationships, people fall away because they're not a worthy investment, you know? Like, and we get really triggered by the separation, but that's life. Things that are meant to be stay with you, things that are not meant to be, that are not worthwhile investments, they fall apart. And that's a blessing if you think about it. I mean, we attract parasites because I feel like it's an act of desperation. You're trying to find someone to understand you and love you, but the only person that can give you these things is you, right? And so you're trading your energy and you're allowing these people to parasite off of you. And eventually, when you find out that it's not a worthy investment, that's when things fall apart. And then you feel like you've been trading your love and your care, and these people have just been giving you false friendship and false hope. So when they reveal their true self, you should be grateful. You can be like, thank you for letting me see who you really are, so I can let this go, because it's a very unhealthy and not worthwhile investment. Now I can take my energy back, now I can take my power back, and I can invest it in people who actually do care for me. Or how about you invest it in yourself? Anyhow, that's my ramble for today. I don't know if I made sense, dude. I was having a conversation with my partner today, and we figured out, yeah, man, Most people probably just don't understand my dialogue or things and ideas and concepts that roll through my head. And that's why there's this huge disconnect. Yep. And that's the way it is. You can't change reality, man. That's reality. You are you, they are them, and there's other things that are out there that are, even in higher dimensions, Tomato, tomato. A rock is a rock, a tree is a tree. You know what I mean? You can't make a rock a tree or a tree a rock. They just are what they are, and just, it is what it is. And it was what it was, and we're moving it along, right? To better things. Alright, if you learned something cool. If you didn't learn anything cool. If I confused you, that's fine. I'm used to it. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and thank you for watching.